Okay, this is the image processing tutorial. Image is Everything, of course, is from the 80s Andre Agassi. My name is Roger Williams, and this is another video in a congruent light series of videos. Now, Mathematica has some image processing commands in the latest version. Some are very powerful. I can guess they want to provide some capabilities related to medical imaging going forward. Medical imaging seems destined to become the largest part of medicine. We're only going to do some basic stuff here. The intent of this presentation is to expose some of the power as well as explore the automation capability, the programming. We start off by making a new context. This takes care of scoping, the begin command. Now, we're going to set up the test run. The first command we'll execute is to set directory. The cells in the following sections contain definitions of various image functions. They're all in initialization cells. So when we first run this command, it will ask us to run initialization cells. And there's our little pop-up, and we say yes, and so it does it. So I found these images of the Super Bowl champion New Orleans Saints, and to me these pictures are very diverse and they're kind of hilarious. They come from a website about the team. So let's see what files are here. And as you can see, these are all JPEGs and BMPs and GIFs. So they kind of look like they're probably image files. So let's see how they look. And so they look like images, so let's bring them in. Let's import them all. And that doesn't take very long. And the first one shows a headline that presumably came before the game. Here's some faith in Saints to beat cold Saints, blah, blah. Okay, so we have a bunch of files. They're in Q0 in a list of images. Now I want to make sure our image functions are still set up, or they've been defined correctly. And even though this looks kind of weird, it is image function 0, image function 1. We'll go through these in a second. And I'll test one out on the last 3 of Q0. So I'm going to run function 4, whatever that is, on the last 3 of Q0, just to see if image function 4 is working. And it looks like, so here's an image that's been blurred. I guess all 3 of them have been blurred. This one doesn't look blurred, but that's probably blurred compared to how it originally looked. Now go to another window and run each function to validate its effect. You can easily imagine how to do this in Photoshop. Okay, so let's first see what's in Q0, just for grins. And here's all these files, image files. Here's a couple of girls. Here's a church scene. I was playing with the gamepad today, so I brought that into this. It was very easy to do. The Saints helmet. Here's the Saints logo over the Louisiana. Here's a church scene. Here's some movie about the Saints. Here's some game about the Saints. I think this is a game. I think this is a game. Then here's some religion posters. Here's some more religion posters. Looks like these are the same. Some more religion posters. Another religion poster. Now again, this is a game, I think. And this is a game. And then this is just a logo. So those are all of our images. And we blurred 3 of them over here. Now, what we're supposed to do is to run each function. All these 6, 7 functions. Let's run it and see how they look. So I'm going to change this. I happen to know that Q0 of 5 is the gamepad. So there's a gamepad, and I put in a variable R0, and now I'm going to look at each function operating on a gamepad image. First, let's do function 0. So you can see it sort of makes a negative out of it. And then we run function 1, and that seems to highlight it, make it a little bit sharper, stretch in the contrast. And then we will run function 2, and that sort of makes it like a black and white. Okay. And then we'll run function 3, and that sort of highlights it in a kind of a weird way. Okay, these are all image processing functions. And let's run image 4. And obviously, compared to the original, it blurs the image. And let's run image 5, image function 5. And image function 5 takes a little bit of a long time because it's tracing out, trying to find the edge of the edges in the drawing, which is very helpful in a lot of medicine and a lot of machine vision, and it's important in a lot of things. So it finds the edges, like the edges of a tumor on a picture, on an image. So you want to see how big the tumor is. And let's run image 6 against the gamepad, and you can see it splits it up, makes sub-images, real small images of the same thing. So that's what our functions do. Now we can imagine how to do each one of these in Photoshop. I think we can imagine. Now, as they say in a Big Easy, go nuts. Now randomly apply the functions. So here's the 7 functions. Randomly apply them on top of each selected image. In this case, the last 5. Or try all. So we'll do the last 5. And that will take the last 5 and do various things to them. So it looks like this. Probably made it black and white. This looks like it enhanced it a little bit. It enhanced this. It enhanced this. It split up this logo. So that's 5 of them. Now let's take the same 5 and randomly put other functions on top of it. So this could take a while. Let's see what happens here. Excuse me. Now, wow, look at this. Okay, so this one it enhanced. This one it blurred. This one it found the edges. This one is split up. Look at this. Look how it split this one up into 1,000 pieces. Oh, this is that other game poster. And then this one it blurred. So obviously very interesting. I ran it in only one command. I could do all of them really fast and save them all back. I won't do that. It takes a while. Now let me go back to here. Here's a definition of each of the semantic meaning of each function. They're basically mini functions. They can be named anything. And they're similar to the type of functions that you would expect in Photoshop. So you can see here that image function 0 is a negate. Image function 1 stretches a contrast. Image function 2 makes a black and white. Image function 3 makes it one level or the other. Image function 4 blurs the image. Image function 5 highlights the edges. Image function 6 splits it into little pieces. And then this apply randomly says take all the functions and randomly apply them to each image in the list. So you can see just these few little functions do all this stuff. And to wrap up, obviously we can add any number of small functions like this anytime we want, and these 7 or so commands would work the same. Analogously, adding more images has no effect on these steps. You could add more images, you could add more functions, and the steps would be exactly the same. And it's very interesting to me that the size of this notebook is about 15K. And after running these 7 commands, the notebook would be 61 meg if saved. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again sometime.